Hello, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome back to the 2000 Cayley paper. We're up to question number 15, which is about concentric squares. So 8 squares with the same center have parallel sides and are 1 unit apart. The two largest squares are shown. If the largest square has a perimeter of 96, what is the perimeter of the smallest square? Okay. So that's an interesting little question. 8 squares. We could probably actually draw these out. It might take a little while, but it's certainly an approach you could take. But what I want to do is I want to take a look at just these two squares and see how does the perimeter of the smallest square, the one that's just one step inside, differ from the outer square. Okay. So we have two squares and distance of 1 on the inside. So if we have a side length of s for the outer square, then we're really coming in by 2, so it's going to be s minus 2 is the side length of the inner square. The next square has a side length of s minus 2. And then the next one, well, we should go 2 steps further inside. So we should get s minus 4. So let's take a look. We'll just continue drawing our picture. So if we were to go 3 squares in, well, since they're squares, I just need to figure out one side length, and I can see I go in by another 2. I shrink by another 2. So this perimeter will be s minus 4. So why am I looking at side length? Well, in order to figure out a perimeter, you need to know the side lengths. And if you have a perimeter, you can determine the side lengths. For a square, you just divide by 4. So now there's 8 squares. We start at the outer square. So to move inwards, we move inward by 7 squares and we get to the smallest square. We get a side length of s minus 2 times 7, which is s minus 14. Okay. So for the outer square, well, s is just a perimeter, which is 96, divided by 4, which is 16. So our inner square, s minus 14, is equal to 2. And we're asked for the perimeter of the inner square. So 4 times the side length of the inner square, 4 times 2, we should get a value of 8. And if we take a look, what is the perimeter of the smallest square? I don't see 8 on here. So what have I done wrong? Oh, you know what it was? 96 isn't... 96 divided by 4 isn't 16, it's 24. There we go. This is why having your calculator handy can be quite helpful. I jumped the gun there. 64 divided by 4 is 16. So s minus 14, that should be 10. 4 times s minus 14, that should be 4 times 10. And we should get an answer of 40, and hopefully that is on our list. There it is, it's A. Alright. So we mark down A, or if you're writing the contest, we bubble it in. And we remember to think a little more carefully when we assume that we can just do a calculation in our head. And with that wisdom in mind, we move on to question number 16, which I will take a look at in the next video. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll see you next time.